Welcome to the Women Inspire Aspire podcast. In this episode, I talked to Anita Cabra about yoga. Hi Anita, thank you for accepting my invite to appear in the podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Venkat. Thank you for inviting me to the podcast today. I'm looking forward for a great conversation.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you in the podcast. I have seen all the great work that you are doing in your community as well as yoga work. So let's talk about it in detail. To start off the discussion, could you tell us a bit about your background, where you're from, what you do currently, etc.?
Yes, Venkat. I'm Anita Cabra. I was born and brought up in Hyderabad. I was born in a very conservative and a joint family. And being the eldest one, taking care of others, being inclusive, all these qualities come naturally to me. I was growing up with these Telugu friends around me, so learning South Indian language was a big, I would say, boon, wherein I felt how important it was, how good it added to my vocabulary, what all the benefits that a South Indian language gave to my growth. But shifting back to my academics, I've done my master's degree in commerce, and back then the life was very traditional. Girl going to an English medium was a big deal, and I'm very grateful to my mom. She went against the family, admitted me into an English medium, and that helped me shape up my life, opened up a lot of opportunities for me from there. I went ahead doing my post graduation in commerce. Immediately after my education, post graduation, I got married. Again, being the eldest one in the family, taking care of the family became my priority. This was a large family I got married into. I was not really pursuing a professional career, but I was channelizing my energies into other things which kept me engaged and fulfilled. Back in school, I was involved in many extracurricular activities. I was vice captain, class representative, participated in many cultural events, dance competitions, stage performances, beauty pageants. I enjoyed every bit of it. I won many titles too back then. So I was making sure that I channelize that energy into something meaningful, though not looking at a professional career. After 10 years of my marriage, I got into yoga. I was introduced to yoga for my own physical challenges that I was facing back then. Really helped me with so many ailments, small, but really making the day to day life difficult for me. So, yoga helped me with that, and that encouraged me, that gave me a direction to take up yoga as a career. Why not help others who are dealing with small problems which are causing like great hindrances in their day to day life? So, that gave me a motivation. I pursued MSc in yoga from S. Vyasa University, and I took up yoga as my profession.
Okay, great. So I do see that you have a master's degree in yoga. Apart from your motivation of learning yoga to treat the ailments, what other factors made you take yoga as your career path?
Frankly speaking, Venkat, I love listening to people.
Okay.
Especially women and elderly people. They have so much built up in them. They need a safe space to vent it out, wherein without the fear of judgment. When they get this platform to share their inner thoughts, to share their worries, half healing is already done there. From childhood, I loved connecting with people. I loved taking care of people. So that probably somewhere attracted me towards this field, wherein I was seeing just listening to people was helping them so much. Somewhere even I was going through this, wherein I needed someone wherein I can talk to safely. So though this sounds very small an issue, what big deal? You can express yourself through your hobbies, you can express yourself through so many other channels, right? But talking to someone, for some people, it's just talking, venting out, and whether they are finding the solution or not. But just being that someone in someone's life who can actually lend a ear wherein they feel relieved of the burden of worries, whether they get that permanent solution then and there or not. But then while talking itself, so many things come up wherein they find solutions themselves, or sometimes we become the medium of their solutions. So that really attracts me.
Okay, and that's part of your yoga work that you're doing?
Yes, that's a part of my therapy. Counseling also is a part of it. Though not very professionally, asanas is something actively take up as yoga therapist, and small life lifestyle changes, but counseling also becomes a part of healing.
Okay. So yoga and healing are two different things. So are you teaching the physical aspects of doing yoga or the healing part? Which one are you focusing on?
I have to take this with deeper explanation.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
According to yoga, we have 5 bodies. The human body, the physical body, which needs asanas for corrections of all the ailments, problems that it has, starting from digestion. Then there comes the pranic body, the breathing, which needs pranayam to heal. Then comes the mental body. So here the pranic body, the breath is guiding the physical body. And what's guiding the breath is the mind. Let me give you a small example here. Say if you are angry, how does your breath go there?
My breath will be obviously, it won't be regular, it will be agitated.
Right, agitated, the palpitation of the heart increases. You need something to calm down your breath first. Once in a while, the situation is happening, you're getting angry, it's fine. But then if this is becoming a regular practice, the stress that you're giving to your body becomes a regular practice, going through some kind of stress regularly. That is, regularly you're disturbing your breath. So that is interrupted flow of oxygen to the body. We all know how important oxygen is to the body, and that in turn disturbs the digestive system first. And disturbed digestive system, you're not getting the proper nutrients. The body is not getting the proper nutrients from the food that is eaten. It's either ajirna, atijirna, or kujirna, as they say in yoga. So this undigested or wrongly digested food, when the body is going through this process on a regular basis, turns out to be a dis-ease state. When a person is experiencing this dis-ease state, asanas are given for the body level, for the physical body level. Pranayam is given for the breath work, and then meditation. Meditation need not be like, you're getting deep into meditative practices. You're getting involved in that, say, drawing or just sitting in front of the God praying there. That calms down your mind. So that angry state, or stressful state, fearful state, what you are going through on a regular basis, you're addressing that. You're making your mind to calm down for that little while, getting engaged in something else, or watching a movie maybe. Just completely getting involved in that movie can also be a meditative practice. So that is working at mental level. And sometimes it happens out of experience, and you have solutions to so many life problems. Maybe newly married girl or a student might be facing a problem with bullying or something, and they don't know how to handle that situation. And that is where the Vijnanamaya, the Viveka concept comes into picture. The Viveka body, the intellectual body comes into picture. Might not be really well versed in how to deal with a situation, or probably mind is not working at that particular time how to work. So when they go talk to them, and sometimes they themselves find the solution while talking to you. So that is where they are working at their intellectual level. So that is the 4th body. When all these 4 bodies align, when the person is working on a regular basis on all these 4 bodies, being in good company, meditating, following a hobby, doing asanas and pranayam on a regular basis, when all these 4 bodies align, that is when the person reaches to this Anandamaya Kosha. The 5th one, the blissful body. So that is when they experience the happiness. The happiness need not be celebrations kind of a thing, but the content mind, the mind with a clarity.
So would you call it as a happy mind or a joyful mind?
A joyful mind, a blissful mind.
Okay, wonderful. That's a great explanation, and it answers my questions too. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let me ask you one question about yoga. So you mentioned about physical yoga. So people are curious nowadays about workout at the gym as well as the hatha yoga also. While the physical benefits could be reaped in both, what do you personally think is the major differences between these two?
Definitely, both of them, as you said, are working on physical body. Yoga is a lifestyle. It goes beyond the asanas. As I just explained you, it's not only addressing your physical body, it's also going beyond the physical body. It's calming down. It's a balance between the physical, the mental, and the emotional body. Whereas gym is, you are working on your muscular level. That is also important. You're making yourself strong. You're making yourself sustainable. You're making your body sustainable for the old age that is coming forward. Gym is basically working at muscular level, while yoga goes beyond the physical body. It touches your organs, your gets deeper into your organs, correcting those disease states where you are in. Main focus thing is calming down your mind. A calm and composed mind can function better, can take care of the body better than just having a strong physical body but haywire mental state.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, we have talked a lot about the yoga. Let's talk a bit about your poetry journey. I am so interested because I'm a poet myself. So, what kind of poetry do you write and what languages do you write the poetry in?
That's nice to know that you too write. I have a lot of hobbies which I'm not formally trained. More than perfection, it's about thrill of expression. I love expressing myself. I write in Hindi. I can express myself well in Hindi. I write more about the relations, probably finding solutions to those temporary problems which we face in handling relations on a day-to-day basis. More of myself expressing the untold stories, which otherwise it's difficult to share with people. Probably that's my way of expressing. I've contributed to 3 anthologies. Well, as I told you, I'm not a formally trained poet, but I love to express myself.
So, all these 3 anthologies are in Hindi?
Yeah, they are all in Hindi.
Okay, great. It's wonderful. So, you should continue your poetry journey, and I look forward to seeing you as a poet in some of the events in Bengaluru. Now, let's talk about the beauty pageant stuff. So, what made you inspired in participating in this? Where did the journey start? What are the things that you did in this?
Well, that's a funny background to it. All my siblings happen to be very in Marwadi community. This usually happens. They're all fair and beautiful, and somewhere as a child, I was not considered as beautiful, especially having those curly hair and all. Were ye to ऐसे है kind of a thing. So I wouldn't say they would openly express that you are not beautiful, but then yes, definitely those beauty privileges that the other siblings used to get made me jealous. I went ahead like, no, I want to prove that even I am something. Intelligence is more, or something that young mind, which is like kind of like, trying to prove itself, trying to prove some point. I went ahead participating in college beauty pageants. To my surprise, I actually won 3 titles in a row. I was like Miss Beautiful Smile, Miss Beautiful Catwalk. I was first runner up. So that somewhere gave me confidence. I don't know whether I proved my point or not then to the other relatives, but then to myself, it was a confidence booster. And from then, it was a point that I never looked down on physical appearance of someone.
Now, curly hair is actually treated as beauty in some communities. You already know that. So,
exactly.
Anyway, moving on, let's talk about your hobbies and interests. What you do apart from your yoga and other work.
As I told you, I love listening to people. So whenever I get a chance, I listen to them. A silent support, maybe. That is one big blessing I feel. I feel grateful that I get this opportunity to listen to their part of stories, provide solutions whenever possible. Apart from that, I love beautifying small waste items which are lying around. So it's not that I look for waste and then create a thing. It's usually like, I need something. I'll first look around. I don't like wasting things. So sustainability is something I believe in. So I just try to look around the things. I modify them into something that I need. Art and craft is something I'm really inclined towards. I love painting, sketching, drawing portraits of people, basically expressing myself in every way possible apart from poetry.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's great to hear. Also doing a lot of community work, if I'm not wrong, right?
I'm associated with Inner Wheel for more than 5 years now. Inner Wheel is the largest voluntary women's organization in the world. So it has some more than 1,000 clubs in India itself, and it's present in more than 100 countries. In Karnataka itself, we have 47 clubs. I'm glad that I'm heading one of the clubs as a charter president. So it gives us a platform for friendship, for connecting with people and serving the community. serving the society in different ways, whether through education or healthcare or women empowerment or supporting the communities in need or working towards taking care of the environment. But for me, Inner Wheel goes beyond projects. So we call them projects. Whatever we take up the service towards the community, we call them as projects. But for me, Wheel goes beyond the projects. My own life taught me resilience and gratitude. I know the importance of lifting each other. Through Inner Wheel, I find the channel for those values. I especially feel connected when we work with women and elderly people because I've seen how little dignity, little care, and encouragement can change the perspective towards life. Yes, Inner Wheel is kind of a reflection to my belief system that we rise when we lift others.
Okay, it's wonderful to know about Inner Wheel. I hope that I'd be able to make more podcasts with some of your club members too. Apart from the community work, what are the societal issues that you deeply care about?
Societal issues, for me, I feel like every human being is capable of taking care of themselves. It's just that little awareness that is required. Basically, believe in taking care of the nature. I work towards the environment, the sustainability, using less of the plastic, working towards conserving water. I am more inclined towards the environmental issues more than the societal issues, I would say. So, yes, Inner Wheel gives us a platform. Otherwise, also on a regular basis at home, I make sure that I don't waste things, I don't add to the landfills. So there are so many things I actively practice myself, also encourage others to do the same.
Okay, there is a platform for solid waste management also. You might have heard about it. Active work that is getting done in Bengaluru. So you might be interested in taking part in that and see how solid waste can be managed. Like, how you can not throw waste and instead try to use it in different ways. So,
I would definitely love to add to my knowledge and practice.
Wonderful. So what are your future plans?
Future plans, for now, I want to give back to the society as much as I can, be it in a small way, one thing at a time matters. So creating awareness about health, about those small lifestyle changes which will bring a bigger impact in people's life. Posture corrections, the way you sleep, when you're standing in the kitchen or you're doing standing jobs. So you tend to shift your weight on one leg, to shifting your weight to separating your legs, standing with your legs apart and shifting your weight to the middle of the body helps a lot with the back pain. So these small tips, I want to create awareness. I'm creating awareness around them, helping people to overcome small issues which don't need the mat or they don't need to hit the gym to get rid of these problems, small problems. So I'm creating awareness towards them.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much. We are coming towards the end of the podcast. Do you have any questions for me or about the podcast?
Thank you so much, Venkat, for giving me this opportunity to talk today. It was a wonderful experience sharing my journey. I truly appreciate this opportunity to connect with your audience. I'll be really glad if my story inspires even a little positivity in others' lives. So thanks to you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Your story will definitely inspire many people. Thank you so much for accepting my invite and appearing in the podcast. I wish you all the best in your life and whatever you aspire to do in life. Please take care and bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you, Venkat. Bye-bye.
That was a great podcast with Anita Kabra. Please subscribe to this channel and follow it for more awesome podcasts. Opinions expressed by the guests in this podcast are their own. The host or the sponsors of the podcast do not condone the opinions expressed by the guests or the actions arising out of those opinions. Any decisions or actions that the listeners might take as a result of listening to this podcast must be based on their own judgment and will be at their own risk. The podcast host or their sponsors will not be held responsible for the consequences of any actions and or decisions taken as a result of any content in this podcast.